Hey, what's going on everyone? EP09 back here with another video, and all our competitors have officially arrived in Vegas. We had the official weigh-ins with Classic Physique, but before we get to anybody in Classic Physique, I wanted to start with Antoine Vaillant. Antoine Vaillant, yeah, he still looks like he's got some energy, man. I'm sure that he doesn't, but it looks like everything's going to go well for Antoine. He's still pretty much himself that we always see. You know, he did an interview with Olympia TV, and he just said, he just shows up and he's just himself. That's how he presents himself on his social media, and that's how Antoine does it. So good luck to Antoine. I'm really looking forward to it. I know he's been working on a lot of his posing, and he thinks that he's going to be able to stand up there. He thinks he could pose all day. So we'll see how he does. I'm really looking forward to seeing Antoine. Next up, Wesley Vissers. He had no problem making weight, I guess. Made weight, good to go. So Wesley looks really good, like I gotta say. I think we're gonna see the best Wesley Vissers that we've ever seen. He actually looks like, I think he looks like his arms got bigger. It might just be some of these shots, but his conditioning is definitely the best that I've seen. I think it's pretty fair to say that his conditioning is the best that I've ever seen. He looks great. Now, everybody looks great in gym photos, I guess, but I think Wesley's going to do well. Another guy I'm really looking forward to seeing on stage. Now, a guy that didn't make weight the first time around, Terrence Ruffin. Terrence was told that he had to lose a pound, and he had an hour to do it. So, Terrence went to work. You can see him full hood and sweater, jacket, pants, everything, going up and down the stairs as much as he can. Terrence is really good at keeping his stress levels low when it comes to stuff like this. I'd imagine he's a little bit stressed, but, it really creates, I think, a problem for some of these athletes having to, lose weight. But yeah, Terrence did end up making weight, so that's great. Look forward to seeing Terrence on stage as well. But there's one guy here that didn't make weight when he first showed up, and that guy was Ramon Dino. Now, the reason that Ramon Dino didn't make weight is because apparently when he was heighted in, he measured an inch shorter than what he usually is. Now, can you imagine you get heighted in at multiple shows throughout your career, you show up at a certain height, and then you show up at the Olympia, the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, and they tell you that your height is different than what it has been all along? So there's a few stories going around the internet about exactly what happened, and I don't know which one is actually true. I just watched a video that Dave Palumbo just did, and he said that apparently somebody showed up and stretched Ramon Dino out. They actually showed up and said, listen, I stretch people out for a living. Let me see what I can do for you. They stretched him for however long. He showed back up, and he ended up making his height. Another story going around is that Chris Aceto stepped in, and whatever Chris said, and listen, like I said, I have no idea. But look, at the end of the day, Ramon Dino did make his weight, and he is going to be competing. But this really brings up a bigger question when it comes to Classic Physique, and this is not a new question, Why aren't these guys heighted in once? They should be heighted in one time in their career. When it comes to Classic, height these guys in once, and that's it. This is bad for everybody. First off, well, not first off, but a big factor for the IFBB and the Olympia, this is bad for business. You've got a guy that everyone's expecting to be, top 4, top 3, possibly top 2, and because of a height miscalculation, supposedly, he's not allowed to compete, or he could have been disallowed from competing. Absolutely ridiculous, one of the top guys, and he might not get to compete. Bad for business right off the bat. It's not fair to the other competitors either. These guys want to stand next to the best of the best. So it's not good for business. It's not good for the athletes. Height them in once. Be done with it. Somebody in the IFBB needs to either change this or explain it. Actually, I would prefer both. I would like for somebody to explain it and then change it. But if they just changed it, I'd be fine with that too. Changes happen with these categories all the time. They increase the weight in 212. It used to be 202 and it went up to 212. They can certainly change it to make height, being heighted in one time and then done with it. I can only imagine what kind of mood Chris Aceto was in. Oh man. But anyway, he's competing. Congratulations, Ramon. Looking forward to see you on stage. Next up, this is one of the most interesting guys actually competing for me in the Olympia Open class, James Hollingshead. You know, James Hollingshead, he didn't have the greatest showing last year, but James went back to the drawing board. And one of the things that he must have drawn on that board, you know, was that he was going to take the reins himself. James has basically been coaching himself. I know that he's had somebody that he's been sending some pictures to just to have another eye. I can't remember who. I just can't remember. But James has been doing his own thing. He's been making his own adjustments. He's been looking at himself, changing the diet. And it seems to be working. It looks like we're going to see the best James Hollingshead that we've ever seen. James put a video up on his YouTube when he first got to Vegas, and well, okay, I want you guys to listen to
what my expectancies of the show. They're not like I know with bodybuilding, the amount of variation in how you can look can be really extreme, and I believe that I have a physique that could be anywhere in the top, as high as like 5th and as low as like, shouldn't be as low, but it can be pretty low. But there's people with structures that look better than mine if I'm not full.
So, what do you guys think about that? Leave me that one down in the comments section, because nobody has been talking about James Hollingshead being in their top 5 especially. But James Hollingshead has the confidence in himself. He really believes that his physique could make top 5. And you know, that's exciting. Is it realistic? Well, I mean, I don't know. I won't know until I see him next to these guys, right? But either way, I love the confidence. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing James Hollingshead too. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. This is going to be one of the greatest Olympias that we have seen in a long time. So stick around. I'm going to have all the updates here for you guys. That's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Make sure to like and subscribe.